Boxing fans, this is J-Dog Lawyer here with 10 Count Boxing News, coming at you with some great news. All right, boxing fans, today we're going to talk about what Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder needs to do to defeat the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, okay? So Wilder currently has a huge problem on his hands, okay? Literally, it's huge, okay? At 6'9" and 270 pounds, the undefeated Gypsy King, Wilder's now he's fighting at the very tip top of the game, folks. These aren't the up and comers. These aren't the journeymen. These guys here at the very tip top. I'm talking about the Tyson Fury, Andy Ruiz Jr., the Anthony Joshuas, and the Alexander Usyks. These guys, not only can they take a punch, but they can give a punch back, and they also have incredible stamina. They don't just fall over like the other guys do, okay? So once you get to the tip top in the world, these guys can take a punch and they can dish it back out. And they also have a lot of tricks up their sleeves, okay? So Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, okay, has always relied on his power to get him through everything, and it worked very good. Now he's on the tip top, and he's gonna have to pull out a few more things in his arsenal to get the job done. And Deontay is a rare case, okay? He started boxing at the age of 20 years old. Okay, that's very, very late for an incredible boxer or somebody who made it as far as Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder did. Okay, so Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, for an example, he started boxing at the age of 10, okay? He comes from a family of boxers, a family of fighters. He's always had, a gym in front of him. He's always been around, constantly been around boxing. So why does that matter? That matters because not only do styles make fights in this case, but muscle memory. Okay, if you're throwing punches from the age of 10, and you're dodging and you're moving and you're training stamina and you're constantly learning the fine arts of fighting, and you take quite a few punches in the meantime, you learn how to start dodging those punches. You learn how to get that great head movement, the foot movement, and all the different fundamentals that come with boxing. So with that said, Tyson Fury was able to defeat one of the best boxers that we've had in the generation, and Vladimir Klitschko. With his first fight with Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, okay, his trainer taught him, Ben Davison taught Tyson Fury how to run and not get hit for the entire fight of that first fight between Wilder and Fury. But that wasn't enough to get the job done. It wasn't enough to get a victory. And we all know that eventually Wilder was able to catch him with a big right hand that sent him down to the canvas falling, like he was done. Wilder waved it off. He's like, the dude's done. And then we all know what happened. Tyson gets up like the freaking Undertaker, and he comes back like a dead man. The count did go a little bit long. I'm going to have to say that. It was probably more like a 12 or 13 count. But they don't count by seconds. They count by, what's going on in their mind. We also know that when Tyson Fury stood up, he did place his arms on top of the referee's shoulders, which to me would tell me that he was cooked, okay? But his training, his stamina kicked in, and after the ref let him continue, he ended up turning up the heat and actually making like a small comeback. So we know that the Gypsy King has an incredible heart, and it was fantastic to see him push through and show like the true heart of a real champ. Okay, so with all that said, we know that the Bronze Bomber is also, like I say, with the amount of training that he's had, he's started fighting at 20 years old. I believe he's about 31 years old right now. With the amount of training that he's had, he has gotten about as far as he possibly could get without getting a new trainer, okay? So, with that said, Deontay Wilder has Malik Scott in his corner right now, and they've been working on the fundamentals, okay? So, Wilder's definitely going to need more to pull off a victory over the Gypsy King. The second fight, Tyson Fury comes in against Deontay Wilder, okay? New trainer, because Ben Davison wasn't able to get the job done to get that victory, doing the whole running through the whole entire fight thing. So he comes in with Sugar Hill Stewart, Emmanuel Stewart's nephew from the Kronk Gym out of Detroit. And Sugar Hill taught him that not only is he 6'9", but he's 270 pounds. And Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder cannot throw a knockout punch going in reverse, okay? So basically he taught him how to go forward, use his size and strength to overcome Wilder. Every time that he had a chance, he was holding Wilder down, putting all of his weight and pressure on him. He wore him down, he hit him hard, and ultimately took him out, okay? So with all that said, what does Wilder have to do now? He has to keep moving forward, okay? He has to use his 83-inch reach and throw super strong jabs, multiple jabs. He can't just sit there and rely on nothing but that one punch, to come. We saw him try to do that with King Kong Ortiz, and we've seen him try to do that in the past with a couple of other fighters, okay? While he's getting tagged up through the whole fight. Excuse me. Much like Joe Joyce did against Daniel Dubois, he needs to train day in and day out, throwing jabs until it becomes natural for his body to acclimate and for that muscle memory to kick in, to just keep throwing jabs nonstop. Every time Tyson comes in, hit him with the jab, and that's going to leave the chance to have more of those big right hands open, okay? So we also know that he needs to do more. He needs more head movement, because Deontay kind of sits there and, he'll move a little bit back and forth, but that's not enough to get it done against Tyson Fury. He's going to need, we all remember Mike Tyson. He did that peekaboo, back and forth, made it really tricky for him to, to hit that moving target, back and forth. So we know that he needs to work on his jabs. We know that he needs that head movement. He also needs to work on those legs. They're kind of skinny. He needs to build some strength in those, and he needs to be able to pivot. But we also know that he can't be giving up too much of the going backwards in this fight, because if he does, he's going to get knocked out again, okay? He needs to keep training with the head movement, the body movement, and also his legs, because he needs those things. He needs time to work on that footwork, okay? This stuff just doesn't happen overnight. You can't just go train for one day and expect to whatever you learn that day to show up in the ring. Once you get punched in the face, everything's going to change. You need time for that training to kick in, so that the body, the muscle memory could kick in, so that when you're fighting, the muscle memory is working as well throughout the fight. Okay. With that said, he's going to need time, like I say. He's going to need more time to get this stuff done. And with him winning that arbitration case against Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, Tyson said, okay, now they're pushing for a fight in July 24th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, which is cool, which is totally cool, because I would love to see the fight, obviously, sooner or later, as far as being a boxing fan. Okay, but the problem is Wilder needs time for all that new training. He's got a brand new trainer, and he needs time for that muscle memory to kick in, for all the stuff that he has a short period of time to cram in to try to use all this stuff in the ring against Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. So what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to jab more. He's going to have to use way more head movement. He's going to have to stand his ground and not go backwards at all, so that he's still able to throw those big right hands. And at the same time, he's also going to have to avoid those big punches by Fury, because Fury has a new way of fighting Wilder, and it's not the same way it was in the first fight. So Fury's going to come to look out to duplicate what he did, obviously, in that first fight. And what Wilder is going to have to do is going to try to have to counter, obviously, right from the beginning of that fight. He's going to have to try to do like what he did to Bermane Stiverne and land a couple of those big punches. But he's definitely going to have to slow down a little bit and set it up with those jabs and the head movement, and even jabs to the body, because obviously Fury's body looks a little bit jiggly. Excuse me. He's been getting in better shape, but with that said, still Wilder needs to throw more jabs to the body, so that Fury will drop his hands. But like I say, I believe that this dude needs more time. They're going to cram this fight in to July 24th. That is not very much time to get ready for this fight. But for all we know, because Wilder's been so silent on this, he might have been training for months and months on end already. He's got his own camp out there in Alabama where he lives, and he's got his own ring. You know, this could have been going on for months already. It could have been going on for over a year. But he did just have shoulder surgery right after the first fight. So with all that said, good luck to Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, because we know that the Gypsy King is going to be ready to take his head off. Okay, so Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, with that record of 42-1 with 42 KOs, believe it or not, he still needs to change. Okay, the fight date, like I say, they've agreed upon is July 24th in Las Vegas, Nevada. And good luck to the Bronze Bomber. And it'll be great to see these guys finally get this score settled in that ring. And with that said, if you ain't liked and subscribed to your boy's channel, what you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button down there. Give me a big like. We're going to be giving away these Everlast boxing gloves to one of the lucky subscribers once I hit 1,000. We're moving our way up the ladder, so that should be pretty soon, guys. We'll be giving these bad boys away, okay? And with that said, this is J-Dog Lawyer with 10 Count Boxing News. And remember, after the 10 count, you out, suckers! Peace!
Boxing fans, boxing fans, boxing fans, boxing fans. And remember, after the 10 count, you out.